Hi, this is Andre from Park City Bike Demos. We're here in our demo center here in Park City, Utah, looking at Speedfox, in this case Speedfox 02 models, which is a 29er bike, 130 front and rear travel, a bike that's in our demo fleet, and we've probably sent people out on 30, 40 days or so on these bikes. A real special bike in our lineup. People just rant and rave about it. I've personally ridden a few of them, and it's just a totally awesome bike. So I'm going to run through the specifics with you and what makes it special for us. So this exact model here is a brand new 2017. This is an 02 in the XT/SLX lineup. It has this kind of cool yellow color, two-tone, where it's a little bit muted here, a little bit lighter in the front. And I've personally ridden one, despite this being their lowest tier carbon. I typically ride higher end bikes. The one I rode, I ride an XL, I'm tall. The one I rode was almost 31 pounds. And amazingly, despite that, the bike is just a complete rocket. Goes uphill and downhill great, handles really well, and just blown away with its performance, its speed, its versatility, etc. So it is a trail bike. With that 130 rear travel in particular. I was surprised to see that they came in 130 front, but once I rode it, I sort of understood that it's just a well-balanced bike. With that said, you can switch it to 140 front travel fairly easy. All of them, all models of the Speedfox come with the 34 Fox fork, 34 mil stanchions, just a little bit lighter than the RockShox Pike with the 35 mil stanchions. In 2017, they released a new version of the dampener, and these forks are pretty damn good. They're awesome trail bike forks. They're very powerful. They were the gold standard just a few years ago, and they still totally hang. And on a bike like this, a trail bike that, you know, has the ability to do some pretty tough stuff, but really excels at going uphill and on the flats and just going fast, this 34 mil travel Fox fork is awesome. And it's also lighter than the Pike. It's in the 1,700 gram range, whereas the Pike is like about 1,850 or so. So the bottom two tier, the Speedfox 02 in carbon and the Speedfox 03, which is the full aluminum model, come with the same shifting and the same components, and the only difference is just the aluminum frame. The aluminum frame, I believe it is a blue color, and then this lowest tier carbon is this yellow color. It's a 2x10 setup. So despite 2x11 setups all over the market, this is still a 2x10, and there's nothing wrong with that. It has deep low gears for climbing and totally hauls ass when you need it to, because it has a front derailleur. It brought me back to 2x10 when I rode it, and I totally loved it and remembered why it was so great. It has a SLX shifter and brakes, and then it has an XT rear derailleur shadow with the clutch in it, so you don't get that chain chatter. It has a Dior shifter that's really not much heavier than the XT, and then great, works great and is actually fairly light. Has a specially tuned Fox shock designed for the bike with 3 positions. The suspension style, it's dual pivot, very similar to DW links or what we would see from Pivot or Ibis or Turner. It's a very similar setup with the vertical shock. So the closest analogy or closest of anything on the market is a DW bike. And despite it being a 130 mil travel bike, it still has what I call deep legs. So the bottom two, the aluminum 03 and this yellow one, don't come with a dropper. They come with a lower end WTB saddle. They come with aluminum handlebars. Basically, the price is what matters. So for those, it's $29.99 for the aluminum one. It's $36.99 for this carbon model. That's a ton of value for this bike. This one here is a large, comes with massive 203 rotors in the front, comes with a middle to low grade DT Swiss wheel set that's still pretty good, has SLX shifting and SLX brakes, which are very similar to what we were seeing in XT just a couple years ago. Super high performance. Really the only loss of performance on this setup whatsoever is just a lack of a quick adjustment knob. In the 01 model, it's a full carbon layup. The color is what they call super red. It's a good looking bright red. It has a race face turbine carbon crank, Shimano X01 1x11, I'm sorry, SRAM X01 1x11 shifting. Still the big old 203 rotors, good wheel set. You know, the top tier one's probably about like mid 27 pound range or so. So basically it comes down to specs, comes down to what you're looking for. If I could say there's one conclusion here, if you want to buy the top tier bike, it's great and go ahead and buy it. But the middle and low tier bike is also totally awesome, totally hangs, and you'll be happy with any one of these. This is Andre from Park City Bike Demos. Thank you for watching. Cool.